Can't wait to wake to your love in the morning. This simple thing that we do. Breathe in, breathe out with if I can find my way out. I'm stuck in a prison of doubt. In this tiny shell, and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe, and nobody is watching at night. Who wanna rise up? Need a friend to shake me out again. Need a friend to shake me out again. I don't know if I can find my way out. In this tiny shell, and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe. Fall into the ocean.
All right, a little too close for comfort to start the day, but well, a win is a win, as small as it may be. Might as well start off with a win instead of getting all risky down at the end. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome to the afternoon session here on Sunday, July 26th. So, probably going to be doing the standard strategy today that I do, which is wait until about 8 minutes, 7 minutes 30 seconds to go. Stop talking at that point. Start focusing in on the market. And my strategy today is if at that moment there is a side above 75, I'm going to get in regardless and just practice my stop loss strategy all day and yeah, see how we do with just getting in kind of a firm, if it's over 75, 7 minute mark in. So we'll see how that goes today. A slight difference in how I do my entry, kind of forcing myself to enter. So we'll see how that goes. Again, I hope you're doing well. If you have any questions, just let me know. Until we get a few more folks in the room, I'll probably stay in music mode most of the time. Um, but yeah, once we get some folks in here and some conversation started, especially if questions come up, I'm happy to always answer questions and try and go as in depth as possible in my reasons why I'm doing things or my thoughts on strategies you might want to try. The main thing here is this is not a live for copy trading. I'm delayed, so you would always be behind what I'm doing, so that's not good. And that's not what we want to be doing on this channel anyway. We want to be learning, growing, asking questions, exploring possibilities, all that good stuff, supporting each other, encouraging, sharing how we're doing. All that is great. Uh, we had some issues last night with folks coming in and kind of turning the chat into the Kalshi comment section, and we do not want that. Just everybody throwing out picks that are based on nothing. So if you're gonna talk about picks, if you're gonna recommend anything, you must do so with a strategy behind it, so we know why you would be doing that. Um, so that's the primary focus of what we're doing here. Is mostly holding space for community to gather while we trade these markets, support each other, make new friends, and learn some stuff. So that's what we're here to do, and I'm glad you found us and you're hanging out with us today. Again, if you have any stuff that comes up that you want to ask about, just let me know, and I will do my best to be as thorough as possible in my answer. All right, good luck on this market.
If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in. I did it all, I played pretend. I moved the mountains to be your friend. I wanna know if it mattered. I would have gone to war for you. I would have bent the earth in two just to get to our ever after. Something about this has changed. I wanna feel you close again. Don't let go. No, I don't want this to end. Whoa. Remember the Anyway, baby, just name the time. When I'ma come through, can you get me cruising on the moonlight? Top down, playing new sounds while the wind blows over it. Checking my maps, heading a stack, keep it intact. Do me a favor, girl. Can you keep it warm for me, keep it on for me like a shower? I needed to run for me, hold it down till I'm pulling up. I finally made it, girl. And I'm at the door, see you walking up to me, and you got something that's showing what's underneath. Still you expect me to make it do pleasantries, baby, I'm yours. Love what you got on, but I want it all for you. We can play a song while I'm holding on to you. Rubbing in the hallway, no use for all the rooms. So what you wanna do? And she told me, she said it's all for you. I did it all for you.
So, Serge, I don't know if you heard me talk about this yesterday, but I got the holy grail of tennis matches on Polymarket yesterday. I got in. I was looking at this match, and it was 6-love first match, blowout, and I think the numbers were like 60-40. And I was like, damn. I looked into it a little bit, and I'm like, that seems low for a 6-love like first match blowout. I'm like, okay. So I put some money in on it. I'm like, well, we'll just put a little bit on this and see what happens. And then the second set was like, 3-love, 4-love. I was like, damn, this is over. And got to 5-love, and the odds were still like 74%. Somebody, like maybe a family member of one of the players, was just like throwing all this, all these bids at it. And the whole chat was just going absolutely nuts. It's like, what in the world is going on here? Like, is this a glitch in the system? And so I went all in. I put everything I had. I was just like, it's all in, man. This is, you get this opportunity once every few months, maybe. And I was just like, and and then when it hit, it was 6-love, 6-love. And everybody started freaking out. I didn't get paid. It was a scam or whatever. And everybody, I thought the same thing. And then I refreshed my account, and boom, it was all there. But it's like, yeah, some of those markets are so small, and I was amazed by that one though. I thought I had not seen anything like that. Yeah, I guess my question is: are you profitable overall though with this trade that you're doing today? Are you doing? Because you're gonna have. I mean, you're gonna have failures on meme coins. You know, you do your best to see if something might work, but if you get just like 1 out of 10, and you size your thing right, I think you can be successful doing it if you can sniff out the real projects, the real, like, the real launches that have some community behind them, some energy. Well, I'm fascinated with Solana and the Solana world. I'm like a big fan of. I think it has a lot of potential, and if I were to invest in crypto, it would be in Solana. Um, just because I think it it has the potential to do some interesting things, especially if folks get creative and figure out a way to really get the meme coin, those coins on Solana going again. If they get some kind of a storyline developing that's not just rug pulls. Kate, brother of Doge. Huh. Well, before I got into prediction markets, I spent a lot of time trying to do Solana meme coins. That was my main thing. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go run an errand here real quick, but I'll be right back.
Jaybird singing something about the way things used to be. Now I'm dancing on a wire like a cheap paper tiger, strumming on a heartstring stereo to a song that no one knows, and it goes like this. Hey, hey, yeah, said it goes like this. Say la vie, oh, don't ask me, 'cause it goes like this. Yeah. That girl is a runner, she was born to get away. Hear that two-tone humming, headed out to the highway. I should have seen it coming through the years left in the dust, that after all the lessons learned, it would end the both of us. There's a first for everything, like a hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my whole world become the woman she would be, the thing that I forgot would set her free. I taught her how to leave. In the summer, man, it feels like yesterday, when she was looking out that window on the bus to second grade. The first step she'd ever take, the first cut from a heartbreak. Been through it all, but now it's time to go our separate ways.
taught her how to leave. There's a first for everything, like her hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my baby girl become the woman she would be, the thing that I forgot would set her free. I taught her how to leave.
Sun is falling, speed in the black. Nobody driving, we're in the back to the end of the world. Tides will rise, tides will fall with the gravity of you to the end of the world. Fortune teller, deck in her hand. Fool arcana lifts off the land. The gravity of you. The gravity of you. Tides will rise, tides will fall. It'll always be true. Tides will rise, tides will fall. There's nothing we can do. How many suns we don't know. Our supernova tells us when we have to go.
Yeah, these markets are so tight and it's so close. But today I'm trying a new thing where I'm gonna practice my stop loss all day. If it's anytime after 7 minutes, it's above 75%. I'm getting in and trying to do a stop. Practicing doing a stop loss, but trying to commit to getting in earlier. Next round, up or down, brother. Please look on the screen, Boss K. There's only two rules in here. Hey, by the way, Serge, have you ever seen YouTube creator Seta, Setuh. He's an Australian young kid. He does. He at least he did do a lot of. No worries. At least he did do a lot of meme coins. Oh, he is so funny. I think he's pretty sharp. So you can learn some stuff from him. He's young. He's pretty sharp and funny. Like, he makes me laugh. But yeah, I think his videos are worth checking out if you're into the Solana meme coin kind of thing. When I was doing that, he was the one that I was most interested in what he had to say, but yeah, check him out. Young kid, I think he's from Australia. He's got a little Australian accent, I believe, or New Zealand. I can't remember, but very funny and pretty sharp. So, all right. So too close to call. Had to get out on that one. And I'm definitely I'm back in. Waiting until at least the 7-minute mark to get into these markets at this moment. Yeah, like you, Surge, 900%. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Are you just, how long are you going to stay in? I know you already got your profit, but, or you got your investment back, but when do you start selling off a little bit at a time at this point, or do you just hold out until you feel it's peaked at its top? Yeah, so we seem to be going pretty well just sideways right now. Super asleep. That being said, I do in general notice that Friday or Sunday afternoon, basically there's a point, I don't know exactly when it happens, but it's coming up here pretty soon, where you'll see the energy pick up significantly. Basically, the new week is about to start in crypto, and you can expect a lot more volatile conditions starting sometimes Sunday afternoon. Usually, you get a lot of activity going on. So just kind of keep an eye on that. We'll likely go from really quiet conditions to a lot more volatile. So I felt like I missed a question. I was asking you if at what point how do you get out? Are you taking profits as it rises up? Are you getting some shares out, or just leaving it in and let it ride as long as you can? How are you managing the up? That's cool. How many shares do you have in this thing? Or maybe how much are you up right now if you were to pull out? And where do you think it's going? Like what is your target you're thinking of right now? I'm fascinated by all this stuff. And that's what a lot of traders do is look for what you're looking for, which is, ro- rocket launches. I know that Ross Cameron with Warrior Trading is always looking for news stories that are going to, you know, potentially cause the price of the shares for that stock to shoot through the roof. And that's basically the launch of meme coins is kind of the same thing, just trying to ride the rocket ship and not hold on too long, because they are inevitably going to crash. Unlike a stock that may hold its value relatively better, Solana meme coins are like destined to crash back into the ground. So people are saying 1 billion market cap. I'll be happy at 50 million. It's at 7.5 now. Yeah, getting in early is huge on those. But yeah, don't believe the hype too much. I guess I've been burned so much by Solana meme coins that I'm like, I don't know, man. All right, I'm going to move into getting ready to trade this. Hopefully, get a decent price. We're in pretty safe territory for how this market is behaving currently. So, hoping to get in and get an easy win here.
Let the porch light burn uneven. Let the shadows play. Yeah, the porch light burn uneven. Keep the night from drifting away. If this ain't heaven, it'll do for today.
to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a breeze, love moving through me like a wildfire, like a wildfire.
Well, hello everybody. Hope you're doing good today. Happy Sunday to you. And just kind of in a mellow mode today. Doing 5 and 10. 5 contracts if I am mildly confident. 10 if it's like in the 94 range. So just real mellow scalping mode. Not doing big contracts today. Yeah, just trying to stabilize things as we head into the new week. And yeah, get back to the primary strategy here, which is trading high probability at the end of the market. What I'm doing today is I'm just very much trying to act like a bot today because I'm trying to get ready to program a bot to trade this for me. So what I want to do today is once we hit the 7-minute mark, if either side is above 75, regardless, I'm going to get in with 5 contracts. If that amount is 90, 93 or higher, I'll do 10 contracts. And then get ready to do a stop loss. I'll do a stop loss if it gets back to the target where I would expect to get, if it doesn't move crazy fast at that moment, around 40 cents a share. So that's the strategy for today. Trying to very much be like kind of automated in what I'm doing and see how that goes so I can see how the bot would do with those simple parameters for trading the strategy. So we're kind of in bot mode and attempting to kind of recreate how a bot would trade this with those specific rules. I may add in, it's got to be a certain dollar amount away from the strike to be involved. But for now, I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to be, if it gets to 75, I'm in. And then do the stop loss, and you only get one attempt per market. So that's the strategy for today. Basically, attempting to kind of make this bottable. Make this strategy I'm doing something that can be programmed fairly simply, and see if that's successful doing it that way, or if it needs to be tweaked. And we'll just find that by testing over the next week, and maybe 2, and maybe 3 and 4. But just I'm kind of moving to the mode of I've tried so many different things, so many different strategies, and I think the one I like the most is the one that I talk about the most and the one that I stick to the most. And so if I can figure out a way to make that tradable by a bot, then I would like to do that. So that's what we're going to be testing here today. We'll see how this goes. And once we have some data over like a week or so, we can get a sense if this strategy, if a bot trading this strategy would be profitable. So we shall see. But let's watch me be a bot today, basically. We got cat number 2 coming into the house. We're now up to 3 cats. And we got 2 strays that just kind of come in when they need to eat some food and want to take a nap or whatever. Shady is my cat. This is her home base, but she's got friends slash rivals that come over to keep her company and slightly annoy her as well. So Larry's got a cat too. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've got I adopted a kitten. My neighbor found on Facebook that some kittens had been abandoned in the middle of the summer last summer on the streets of Reading, and Reading is super hot in the summer, 100 degrees and plus. And so these cats were just abandoned on the streets in a box, So she said, "Would you like one?" I'm like, "Not really, like I, I'm kind of good. Like I don't really need any of that kind of stuff." But I'm glad I did. She has definitely made my life a lot more enjoyable. I like hanging out with her. I say to her every day, "I like you. I like you. You're a good friend here." So we've got a nice routine, and now we've got, because we're, I guess, a safe space for cats. Now the strays are coming over and getting some food and hanging out, and I think when the rainy season comes, I'll probably have 3 cats living in my place because it can get pretty miserable out there, and my place will be nice and cozy. And so kind of setting up a cat hotel here. I never thought that would be me. I was always a dog guy, but I guess I've become I got a cat too. It was a little stray that I found in my garage one night. Oh yeah. We adopted a cat and we gave it to my aunt. Can't take care of her at the moment, and she loves cats. The one thing I do love about I mean, there's a lot of things to love about cats, but they're so independent. They're so low maintenance. I actually built a ramp. So from my bed, I don't even have to leave the bed. I just slide the window open, and the cat has a ramp to go outside. So I don't have to get up to let the cat out. Like I'm just like slide the window open, and then she goes out, slide it shut, back to sleep. So pretty low maintenance. Just have some food out, and I give them free. I give all the cats free reign. Like I've got a cat door that my cat or any of the other cats can come in and out of. So it's kind of like an open door policy over here for the cats. All right, we're moving close to trading time. Larry, it's good to have you with us today. And yeah, so what I was saying is I'm going to try and trade like a bot, and how I would try to program it right now and see how that goes. So the rules are at 7 minutes, if one of the sides is at least 75%, I buy. I'm not even going to worry about distance away from the strike at this moment. I'm going to let the market pricing determine probability. And we'll just see how this goes. I'll have a stop loss around the strike, and we'll see if this is profitable, or if I need to make some tweaks to it to have the bot trading this be profitable. So we're in bot testing mode today, and let's see how this goes.
Another day, another
So with this bot strategy, I think that I'm going to. I don't know if I should hold to the end or do the 10-cent profit. I'm going to start with doing 10-cent profit and see what the numbers are for that. And then maybe the next week I'll do 99 and just see what the overall numbers are, if they're better or worse. So kind of testing mode today. Worked like a charm that time. But basically, any strategy you come up with, and anything you decide to stick to and hone as a craft, you know, the 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 wins have to exceed the losses. That's all it is. You got to get enough wins for the percentage of times you lose, and stop loss helps reduce that percentage needed, because but the stop loss will also sometimes lower your win rate. So it's mostly just running the numbers, see what works. So I can sleep at night, have a bot running on the VPN in Chicago, right next to Kalshi, and just there's a significant benefit to having a bot trading as far as timing goes, as far as like executing a trade, getting a good price, like getting in and out very fast. We're talking milliseconds, where the fastest I can do is like 1 or 2 seconds, which is like a lifetime for a bot. Super slow. Kate about to reach Jimothy current price. I don't know. I don't know what any of that means, but I guess that's good. I know Jimothy is a meme coin, so I'm glad you got a winner on your hands, man. That's always fun it's fun to be a part of, especially when you get in early on a meme coin. What's up, Limber? It's always fun to get in early on a meme coin and watch it shoot to the moon, and yeah, good stuff. I'm glad you're part of something like that. That's a fun thing for your Sunday here. And I won't give you advice on it. You know about as much as I do on meme coins. So I did it for a few months, but I just got tired of the rug pulls, and I couldn't. I really didn't want to spend all the time doing the research to like find the meme coins that were legitimate, and like that's why I did like Seta as a teacher, is he kind of laid that out pretty well, how he went about doing that. But you know, keep in mind it's a younger individual, and he's learning too, but very funny guy. You know, definitely. At least that when I was watching him, very focused on the meme coins. Uh, and I don't know. I enjoyed his content. I thought it was fun. 150 for Larry on this trade. Hello. Nice job, Larry. Give us the details, Larry. Where'd you get in? Where'd you get out? What made you pull the trigger? What was your thinking on that market? How did you come about your 150 win there? I got in late when it resisted the up towards the end. I knew it would stay up. Okay, cool. I like to do all in on snipes for those few percentages. Yeah, I hear you. That makes sense. And you know, I got sniped real bad last night to end the night, so I'm in real mellow mode. I got to keep reminding myself that I'm building a channel and building a community, and like my strategy needs to be sustainable. So I really don't need to be taking any big risks or anything like that. Like I need to slowly plod my way forward, and although it can be very entertaining, I did a very risky move at like 11:30 last night, and my viewers on the stream went up like double to like from like 11 to like 25 or something like that. And of course, it's drama. People love drama. But I'm like the anti-drama dude. Like, so it's fun. I don't mind doing it once in a while for entertainment purposes, but especially when I feel like I do have an edge. But I don't know. I want to get away from that because like I want to be the steady, reliable host. Yeah, that's true. We are always learning, improving, getting better. I just hope I don't. My tendency is I have to keep learning a lesson like 10 times before it really sinks in. But you know, however you get there, sometimes I like to do the hard way. So, and hopefully my channel helps other people from having to learn the hard way, like I did. The School of Hard Knocks. I like to have fun with it. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. That's where I was last night. We had 6 in a row down, and this is actually the one I won on, not the one that I lost on later. But 6 down in a row outside the Bollinger Bands, almost touching the edge on RSI, and I started doing martingale. So basically, make your first bet if you lose, and on the reversal. So make the first bet on up. If that loses, double down. If that loses, double down. So it's it's a risky strategy, but when you see them set up like that, it's like, okay, high probability here. But then a couple hours later, I come back on in the wee hours of the morning, and I think we had a 7 in a row up after that. And I was like, oh well, what the hell? Let's do it again, and let's go in big. And I just got decimated. So it's fun, but taking unnecessary risks is just it's not entertaining. It's if it fails, it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. So I went from 500 to 3,000 one day and got too greedy, lost it all. Yeah. I do not have a Discord server. We thought about setting one up. A few of the folks that were the originals in this chat, but I'm not a huge fan of Discord. Just I don't know. It just doesn't really work for me. If I were to ever do anything, I would do it on Reddit and set up a kind of a private community and like have levels of access, kind of like inner circle newbie, like and just kind of create a system that was somewhat exclusive, open to people who want to learn, but like you kind of have to pay your dues to like earn your way into the inner circle. I like that idea for this kind of thing because if you're the kind of person that is helping other people and supporting others and encouraging others, and that's who you are, and you're having fun with it, and you're like just a kind person, shit, I want to do everything I can to support you. You know what I mean? Like, you're my people. I want to do everything I can to like help you have an edge on everything in life. But, if you're somebody that's coming in, yes or no, up or down, or like I had to ban two guys last night that just would not stop trying to be the guru in the chat. And, just obviously like trying to get people to follow them and like, I was just like, this is not, that's why that rule is on the screen today. It's like, this is not what this is, You're just, you're just kind of using and manipulating others to get what you want. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that. So, but if somebody comes in and, and I can set up Reddit in a way that people get rewarded for how much they contribute to the community. And then it's just automated, and like you move up in like status, and then then we have an inner circle of people who are like, we trust each other, we know each other well, we put the time in, we're invested in what we're doing. So I could see this winter spending some time on creating that and really like releasing it fully formed, like not a work in progress, but like it's all in place from day one. So I may do that, but we'll just see how this evolves, how this community evolves. But that's my thought on what to create for like a place to gather outside of YouTube is a Reddit community. So yeah, all right, time for me to M64. Yeah, like last thing, what happened? I'm gonna have to catch up on the chat after this because I need to make a bid. It's funny you say that you kind of thought my account was up to 64K. Think about, I remember because I'm older when Bitcoin first came out, and I was like, imagine if you just got one of those damn things. you know, damn. I think at one point people were like paying for pizza with like 15 Bitcoin or I don't know. It was crazy back when it first started. So I wish the bankroll was at 64K. I decided to not really do my I'm really working on making sure I do not have that my stuff is not at the forefront. How much I'm making, what I'm doing. Um, that it's a place to like talk strategy. We're not here to like copy trade each other and all that. We're here to learn a strategy and implement it in our own way that works for us. So I just kind of want to let's see here. Discords are all right. The issue is keeping them active. Not going to lie. I mean, all the same thing would be with Reddit is keeping them active. You have to have enough people, and enough energy to keep them going. And there's always like a, a slow disintegration that tends to happen. No, I've done it. I've done it with music. I've had independent artists gather and tried to create a community there. So I'm kind of hesitant to do it just because it's a lot of work and um, it tends to fall apart because just people got stuff going on in their life that is not the Discord or the Reddit or whatever. Discord would be a great platform to play out that concept. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know it as well as I know Reddit. I know Reddit inside and out, so I know how that would work. Last night, yeah, dude. Can I get someone else's opinion? The market for best Netflix show seems free, but I'm not sure. What are you guys thinking? Uh, I may go. I may, if I have some time, go look at that. I'm not. That's not really on my agenda at the moment. But yeah, if somebody sees something that's available, let us know. That one guy bets was annoying. You know, that dude came in Z bets. He came in. He trashed my strategy, and then said, "Oh no, I wasn't trashing your strategy." I was like, "Okay, well, you did. I mean, you did." Some new guy asked somebody who was new came in and asked a question, and you said the strategy was trash, and you should do what you were doing. I was like, and then he like backed away from, no, no, you're successful, and like, you know, everybody should, yeah, 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 yeah. I was like, okay, well, fine. But then like I kept saying like, please do not, make picks or ask about pick. Please don't do that in the chat. That's what I do not want. People coming in using this platform that I do 6 to 8 hours a day to become quote unquote the guru. Like, follow me, I know what's going on. Well, if you're gonna do that, that's fine. We're all happy to get rich with you. But you have to teach us what you're doing, not just buy up, buy down. That does nothing for me. Now I'm like, now I have to rely on you to tell me how to do things. You know what I mean? I want to have a strategy to do things my own way that is based on my own experience and testing things out and really knowing they work or they don't. So when he kind of didn't do that, and then like he had a guy that was, I felt like they were teaming up to work together to like do their own thing on the chat. I was like, you know what? I just don't like this. Sorry. And I gave them a couple warnings, and they just wouldn't stop. I was like, God, honestly, I got to get better at just not letting that ruin my night. But it really did ruin my night. Like, it really did upset me. So I have to be careful with that. Like, that's why I really strive to having kind people that appreciate what I'm doing and don't try to take advantage of me. So is the 16 okay, yeah, yeah. Price of Bitcoin slow. Oh, I bet you Larry's probably gone. I'm finally catching up. Bye, Larry. I bet you people who spent Bitcoin in the past regret it a lot. Yeah. Can you ask for opinion on the market? Well, if we get to a place where there's a lull, and I think you're talking about the Netflix thing, Um, he did, then he backtracked. Oh, the VWAP, yeah. The VWAP guy. Yeah. I was trying to turn his chat into Kalshi live chat. Yeah, that was exactly what was happening. Follow me, I know what I'm doing. Like, I'll make you rich. Let's go, family. It's like, okay, dude. Yeah. Well, and the bigger this gets, the more there's going to be that. And so this morning before I started, I was like, I got to put this on the board. I got to put this on the screen at all times. I don't have a lot of rules. It's just those two. Be kind and don't do that. Don't turn my chat into the Kalshi chat. You know, because I've read that many times before, scrolled through it, and there's nothing in there that's valuable. Just all people just throwing their guesses out or asking other people to guess for them. And we will have that on every stream. I already had it once today. I just want, that's why I put it up on the screen. I'm like, I just want to tell people, please read the screen. That's it. That's all I want to say. Please read the screen. And if they don't follow that after I send them to do that, then it's just immediate ban. You're gone. That's it. I'm not messing around with that. We're not going to have this chat be just garbage. Just garbage. Up. Why? Because up. Yeah, Kalshi Chat is humorous for what it is. And it is just a mess of memes, and it is funny, but at the same time, totally not useful as a learning thing at all. And you know, I I don't want to ever be accused of like um, giving giving people direct financial advice as far as you should do this, you should do that. Specifically, I think it's totally fine to talk about strategies. It's totally fine to talk about what's working for me, what's not working for me, what influences my decisions. All of that is like super helpful, valuable to the audience, like, exactly what you want in your time, to create a space where you can learn something and get better as a trader, you know. And so we just don't want the chat to be like, all right, fam, I had another guy I had to ban. He kept coming back with like 7 different accounts he's like, why are you banning me? He was like, I can't even explain how off the wall this guy was. And he was just like, go all in on down now. I'm like, what? All in on down from a stranger? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? I'm that guy, dude. Go in all in on down. I'm like, okay. I found it like amusing for a while, and then I was like, oh, this person is actually deranged. Like this is not a funny bit they're doing. This is like they believe this. I called him the chosen one. I'm like, oh, the chosen one's here. He's gonna give us the he's give us the right. Lock in though, twin. No, I don't lock in today until I appreciate that, but 7 minutes and 30 seconds is when I lock in today. Because my strategy doesn't start. The trading strategy doesn't start until then. I appreciate it though. I've been using a custom Gemini I built, putting data from CF benchmarks and Kalshi, and I got like a 70% smack rate, and it teaches me what to look for. Oh, cool. I use AI quite a bit. Um, Carlos is here. You don't have to worry, sir. He's got it. But yeah, don't worry about me until if I'm still talking at 7 minutes and 40 seconds, then you can give me a lock in. But for today, I don't need to be locked in until then. Yeah, I use AI quite a bit for testing ideas, running stats. AI is really good at gathering data and running stats. So, if I have a theory about something, it will go into the Coinbase API and pull up 4 years worth of information and run a back test on some strategy and do it in like 3 minutes. And it would have taken me 5 years to do that, So if you can use AI well, it can do some amazing tasks for you that would take you forever to do. All right, I'll lock in. What should I call you? Loretto or call? I'm going to call. Is it all right if I call you Loretto? That seems to be the easiest for me. All right, I'll be back soon.
To the highway, I should have seen it coming through the years left in the dust. But after all the lessons learned, it would end the both of us. There's a first for everything, like a hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. Though it hurts to watch my whole world become the woman she would be, the thing that I forgot would set her free. I taught her how to leave. In the summer, man, it feels like yesterday, when she was looking out that window on the bus to second grade. The first step she'd ever take, the first cut from a heartbreak. Been through it all, but now it's time to go our separate ways. But there's a first for everything, like a hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my whole world become the woman she would be, the thing that I forgot would set her free. I taught her how to leave. There's a first for everything, like her hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my baby girl become the woman she would be, the thing that I forgot would set her free. I taught her how to leave.
So, for those of you who are just joining or joined recently here, today I am starting the first week of testing on a bot. So I'm going to trade very regimented like a bot with a strategy that's my initial instinct of how to do it. And that is the bot cannot, and I'm the bot today. So I, the bot, cannot start trading until 7 minutes. Once it's 7 minutes, and if either side is 75 cents or above, I buy at the ask. I need to stop trying to get in with a limit order. I'm just buying at 99 cents, getting the best price available with Kalshi fees. And immediately set a 10-cent profit, take profit. And then the stop loss is if the price ever reaches back to the midpoint, the target. If the price ever gets back to the target, I have to sell immediately at that moment. So that's something, all that is something that can be programmed into a bot to do. So we're going to test that. There's some variables that could be adjusted the following week, but this week I will only be trading this bot strategy. It'll be just for testing purposes. It'll be 5 contracts every time, unless the entry price is 94 or higher, and then I'll do 10. But that is the absolute max for this test that I'm doing. So basically, I'm going to act like a bot for the next week. There will be nothing exciting about my trading. Well, there may be a lot exciting, but it's just going to be an execution in very regimented bot type behavior to see, what's the profit on that. And then probably the following week, what I'll do is change one variable that I think might have the most impact on profitability. So we'll see how this goes this week. Doing pretty well today, even in this really tight market. It's kind of just forcing me to get in with no stress. I'm just practicing a strategy, like a bot would trade it. Like no thinking, just if it does this, I got to do that. If it does this, I got to do that. So yeah, Serge is riding the rocket ship to the moon on a meme coin right now. I kind of missed that. It was fun. I thought I had found the secret. Like when I first found meme coins, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get rich, dude. What? And then I had the rug pulled on me like 10 times in a row. I was like, oh jeez. I think you can be successful at it if you find the right ones. It seems like you found one of those right ones. What was, just out of curiosity, Serge, how did you find it? What was your avenue to like, oh, this one's going to be good. I'm going to get in on this one. Was it a Twitter community? Was it like watching the board on what fun? What is it? Fun dot whatever it is. Twitter and FOMO app. Okay. Yes, it can be unhealthy very quick. I'm right there with you. I know what you mean. Oh yeah. What yeah, that's a really good strategy especially for meme coins. I would think. Well, for anything, really. Copy trading is a legitimate strategy. I don't want it to be what happens on this channel, but like it is a legitimate strategy if you can find people that are successful and It could very well help you find some really good opportunities. Yeah. How do you set that stop loss at price you got it for? So I'm not. Oh, for what you got it for, you can't do it. You can only manually do it, like I showed in that 17-minute video. So you can watch me doing it today, but I'm just setting at 1 cent. And if the Bitcoin price gets to like 50-50, where it's right back where it started, there's no edge anymore. I'm out. So basically, what I'm trying to do with the stop loss is when I lose my edge, I get around 40 to 50 cents a share when it loses the edge. Hopefully, if it's not too late. Um, and then I may direct the bot to, if it flips so fast that it goes in the like teens, to just hold, not sell at all, and just hold and see if you get a reversal and a full no take profit, just, the 100% win if it does reverse. But yeah, you can't set up a stop loss ahead of time besides changing your take profit number from whatever it is to 1, and just being ready to press a button when the Bitcoin price on CF benchmarks hits the target line. So that's my get out point, not where I bought it at, but where it would be a 50-50, where I'd get 50 cents or 40 cents, somewhere in there, for selling. And the great thing is the bot can do that pretty much instantaneously, so it will get better prices than I would in that situation. Yeah, gambler's fallacy is a real deal, and something I'm getting away from. Treating each market as its own universe. Not just because there's a streak of 4, just because whatever, doesn't mean this one's going to be good. Doesn't mean this one's going to behave any way in relationship to that pattern. If there's anything, all you can do is use the chart and the Bollinger Bands and RSI to just give you some sense of where you're safer, But yeah, really, it comes down to what I'm doing. Very simple. CF benchmarks, how much time is left, how far away from the strike. That's it. And having trying to simplify it so a bot can't mess that up. Being able to like say your strategy in like a paragraph, so it's not so complicated that it can get buggy. That the So that's what I'm working on, trying to develop that right now. And today I'm just trading very simply. If it's over 75 in either direction at the 7-minute mark, I buy immediately at that price. Set a take profit at like 99 and get ready to do a stop loss if it gets back to the target line. So you'll see me do that over and over and over for the next week, because that's what I'm testing. That if I program that into a bot, will that be, profitable? So that's what I'll be doing. I'll get back to AU. I'll get back to this question after this market.
Yeah, the porch light burn uneven, keep the night from drifting away. If this ain't heaven, it'll do for today. I never really know what's going on.
All right, so so we have a Carlos and we have a Los. So I have to remember that the Callao Loreto is Los. All right. Um, could I explain what the chart on the right is and how does it help you and where do you get it? Okay. AU, let's talk about it. So the chart, we got two. I think you're talking about the candlestick chart, which is a trading view chart on the 15-minute time frame. I've got it through Coin Market Cap is the website I'm using. So Coin Market Cap. The reason I do it through Coin Market Cap is there's no ads. If I do this on TradingView, after a while they just start like spamming me with ads, so I can pay to be a part of their, and maybe at some point I will do that, just to have the direct source of TradingView and do maybe 1 minute charts on Coin Market Cap. 15 minutes is like the lowest amount you can do. So it's fine for me. I don't need more than that really, because all I'm using the chart for, I've got two indicators on this chart. So we're looking at Bitcoin 15-minute chart on CoinMarketCap, and I've got two indicators checked. The first is Bollinger Bands, and the second is RSI. They're basically the two indicators are basically the same kind of thing. Like they basically just reinforce each other. And basically what it is on both of them, the outer bands, so the outer blue lines, signify when it's likely to meet some resistance. So on that one that just happened, it went past the top blue line, but see how it dropped back down before the close? So that's meeting resistance above that line. It got above it, but then the market brought it back down. Supply and demand brought it down. So those lines just give a general idea of where support and resistance are in the market in real time. So that's Bollinger Bands and RSI, CoinMarketCap website, or you can just go straight to TradingView and do it through TradingView. So yeah, if you have any more questions about that, just let me know if anything I said wasn't clear. But Carlos, I think we're going to try for the next week. I'm going to try to be as bot-like as possible and try to have it kind of rigid to what I would program into a bot, and just see what the profitability is like after a week, and then maybe test some other tweaks that might improve it. But for now, it's basically what I do in real time on these markets anyway. It's just setting a very specific entry point. A couple things that I may adjust. Right now, I don't have any distance away from the strike that it has to be for me to get in. The only rule is when it hits the 7-minute mark, if a side is already at least 75, I'm buying. And if it's not, I'm waiting until one side goes to 75 and then I'm buying at 99 cents, so I get the best ask price at that moment with Kalshi fees, just to make sure I get placed. And then I'm taking 10-cent profit, so I'm going to set a take profit at 10 cents. And then, but if I get, and it'll be 5 contracts every time for this test. When I get in at 90, I'm going to say above 90, I'm doing 10. I'll do 10 contracts, and the take profit will be either 99 if it's in the low 90s, or 99.9 if it's above 94. So kind of how I've been doing things, but just trying to really make it bot-like. And it's like, specific numbers, got to have specific execution points, something a bot can execute. And I'm just going to try and do that here for a week and see if what I'm doing can be translated into a bot that runs 24/7, and I can, I can still be trading while I'm sleeping. I can still be trading while I'm running errands. But it has to be first tested just in, testing the theory, and then, the bot has to be developed, which would be pretty quick in this instance. But then it needs to be tested and make sure, it's functioning correctly. There's no bugs and all that. But for now, we're just in testing phase manually. And so I'm going to try and act as much like the bot as I can. What about the other one on the right? So that is the order book for Coinbase that is on a website called TapeSurf. On TapeSurf, it's a very simple, I like it because it's a very simple presentation of the information. I tried to do Bookmap or Mapbook or whatever, I think it's Bookmap. I just found it visually, I mean, we did a lot of adjusting with, Gemini was walking me through adjusting the different settings to make it clearer, but I just didn't like the way it looked. It was too complicated. I prefer TapeSurf. It's just showing us, and you can do a number of different things, but what I'm doing is looking at one market, which is Coinbase, and I'm just zooming in based on how volatile the conditions are. Right now it's very quiet, or it was. I think we may have moved into the Sunday afternoon spike that's maybe going on now, but so right now it's on every graph, every bar is $1. That just means all the bids that are within that dollar are grouped into that one bar. As it gets more volatile, I'll zoom out a little bit and make the group like 2.5 or like 5 or 10, depending on how fast it's moving in both directions. I want to be able to see pretty close to the price in detail what's going on, but I also need to see the big picture. Where are the orders? Where are they coming in at? Yeah. For my strategy and what I'm doing and what the bot will be doing, that information is pointless, not even part of the equation. I use it to give me some sense of where the market is, got some energy and where it's moving. It's a nice visualization of what's happening, where the bids are coming in, where the asks are coming in. And basically, above the line in the red, those are folks selling, and they're trying to sell at a specific price, just like we would do on Kalshi. They're saying, I want to sell my shares of Bitcoin for this number. And when they do that, when they put that in the system, that goes into that bar as soon as they do that. And below the line is people bidding, saying, I will buy, but only at this price. It has to be this low. So that's the gap. Is what is not on that board is people actually making decisions to either take an ask or a bid. That's when the price moves. Somebody decided to make a purchase and take what was on the board on either side. It's somewhat complicated, but all that being said, you're looking at the order book on one exchange, Coinbase. And I say both the chart and the order book for my strategy are secondary, and I got to get into trading mode. I got to lock in. Carlos just told me. I heard it.
on my way out. I'm stuck in a prison of doubt. In this torsion, and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe, and nobody is watching at night. Who wanna rise up?
See, I have no emotional connection to whether it's a win or a loss in this testing mode. More than anything, I'm just gathering information and observing and seeing, that would probably be the one thing to maybe add to the bot is it has to be at least 10% away of the average movement in the last hour. I don't know, something like that. But that's the first loss in a while, so yeah, probably still profitable on the day even with that loss. So, oh, you're welcome for the explanation. Yeah, so right now I'm just in straight up testing mode. There's no emotion. Just gonna take this theory, use relatively small amounts of contracts, and have a stop loss that's firmly in place, and just execute the strategy. The bot would do it faster and more efficiently, and would get better prices, and in general. But I can do my best to try to replicate it in real time. So anyway, it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out here. But yeah, I'm going to be much more relaxed and just in chill chat mode most of the time over the next week, because yeah, this is just no brainer. Well, just it's just a bot strategy. So it's just like execute it just like the bot would. That's all there is to it. And yeah, these conditions are not great for this strategy. We all know that, especially with the transition from Sunday morning to Sunday afternoon, where it really picks up speed. So we're getting a lot of more volatility coming in the last half hour. But regardless, at this point, I don't even want to. I want to know where it wins and where it loses. I don't want to assume anything. I want to let it run and just give me data. This is all just collecting data right now. It's going to be real dicey here at the end if it moves fast, but I don't think it is. Not fast enough. That 99.9 is probably safe, but I don't know. Luckily for those on the 99.9, it takes a while for that average to catch up to where the price is. But that's why after about the 2 minute mark, it's like, yeah, kind of done. And that may be a part of the strategy with the bot, is just like, if you're still holding the position at the 2 minute mark, you got to get out. You're done, So what I want to come up with when this next week of testing is like a real clear description to AI to help me program the bot. Basically a crystal clear, like taking in all the things it needs to be able to do in real time, uh, what data it needs access to make its decisions, all that stuff. Since I've already done that multiple times now, it's already kind of set up. A lot of the framework is already set up, so I can just come in and say, okay, here's how it's going to work. You know, if this happens, you got to do this. If this happens, you got to do that. Like, but it's not like a human being trading. You need very specific actions under very specific conditions. So we'll see if we can narrow that down here in the next week. I'm confident in this strategy, at least with me trading it as a human being. So now we're going to see if we can translate it into a bot. And this can take a while just to get it right. Because I feel like there's going to be some algorithms we're going to have to come up with to determine if it's safe enough to get in, you know. So I basically have to come up with some kind of equation that says to the bot, based on the conditions, this is far enough away with a short amount of time that it's safe to get in. So that's the hardest job, is to program that. What I'm trying right now is to not even do that. If it gets to 7 minutes and it gets to 75 cents, I'm in. Done. That's it. It's the simplest way. There's no algorithm trying to decide if, you know, how far away we are. And we're just going to see over a week if they end up positive, or if the not having an adjustment for distance away from strike pulls it down too much. And then, you know, in the second week we'll have that data and then be able to change a variable, one, and see how that affects it. So I'm kind of like going to start a methodical process of like coming up with the strategy even before I program it in a bot to trade it. So anyway, when you see me, you'll see me very bot-like in the next week. So, and if anybody asks who knew that's showing up, and you want to just tell them, you know, he's testing a bot strategy based on his strategy. He's testing as a bot, so that may help people understand what's going on when they come in. That's when we have like 40. Someday when we have 40 people in the room, or, you know, it gets a little chaotic. I'll need my stands to help withstand the chat barrage. That'll be a good place to get to. But yeah, at this point, I will turn it over to music mode, and I'll come back if there's something in the chat for me to react to. All right, folks. Well, since this stream only has 3 likes and I got some stuff to do today, I'm going to wrap it up here, and we'll be back 8 p.m., somewhere in there tonight, 8 to 11 or 12 or something like that. I want to thank you so much, especially the crew, the solid crew that keeps coming back with me. I really appreciate you showing up and trading with me and hanging out, keeping me company while I do this every day. I appreciate you more than I can say. So have a great rest of your afternoon. Good luck on your trades, and I will be back tonight around 8 o'clock. See you, Serge.